Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of the Don't Wrestle Your Neighbor podcast. My name's Trey. I'm here with my boy Evan. We don't really have a whole lot to really. This episode isn't planned today. We're straight up just gonna chat.
We're gonna chat about a couple of things.
Stuff. Yeah.
We don't have anything on the agenda.
No.
Look, there's no agenda to this hangout.
Yes, this is real, authentic conversation.
This is just a hangout with you guys, and I think that we were talking about what we want to talk about, coming up completely blank.
Right.
I think in the future, we were saying we want this to be kind of a day that we talk to you guys.
Right. Like if students wanted to ask questions that we
ask
should
a question.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to ask a question about a specific earlier episode or conversation or place that we mentioned,
questions that you might have that might be super random,
go through random questions, go through if you have a random fact for us,
that you want us to share on
hit us with a random fact.
We want you to speak to us.
When we're excited tonight because we're gonna have Kelsey speaking tonight.
Yeah, super excited about that.
We're excited about that. So we'll probably talk about that next week a little bit, but today when we're filming this, we've got group tonight, which is cool.
Yep.
But I don't know. I mean, what are we gonna have for lunch today? We haven't talked about that.
I think I'm going to.
we might as well kill two birds with one stone with this conversation.
Today, I haven't had my weekly Wendy's.
Oh,
this week.
You want to go to Wendell's?
I think I'm gonna.
Carly just texted me and was like, "Hey, are you coming home for lunch?"
And you said.
I said sure. I don't know. I don't know.
Mistake.
You can get Wendy's and bring it.
That's
to my house.
I'll do that.
See, because we're friends in real life. We're not just show friends.
We're not fake friends.
We're not fake people that just act like friends when we're around each other.
Does this mean that you're going to eat a sandwich at home?
I don't know what this means for me right now. I'll probably have to make a phone call. There will be a negotiation about where food comes from.
Like Carly's going to want you to pick something up.
Where does food come from?
That's a good question.
You know my move, and I don't feel like this will be news to Carly at all. My move for whenever I don't know what we're going to eat and she doesn't know what we're going to eat, I'll just suggest things that I know neither of us want to eat.
Yeah, that's
where
smart.
It's like, I'll go pick like fruit from the garden and we'll have that. She's like, that's obviously not going to work.
Do you have a garden?
No, but it's stuff like, well, we got some bologna in the fridge.
Right. Let's fry that up.
We got some mustard. I got one slice of bread that we can split.
We can half it. We can fold it over.
Let's just do that. I mean, neither of us care. Let's just do that. and then she'll be like, well,
right there.
It turns out I do care.
Yes.
I realized I do care.
Recently on nights that I don't want to cook, because my wife, she obviously both of our wives are nurses. My wife more works 12-hour shifts. Your wife used to work 12-hour shifts, and so you know the struggle.
I know the life.
But my wife doesn't get home until 7:30 earliest to 8:30.
Right.
And so recently, if I don't want to cook, I'm just like, hey, you're gonna pick something up on the way home, please. And she's like, hey, about 4:35, she's like, hey, am I picking something up or did you cook? And so about 5:30, I'm like, yeah. Not tonight. So last night we had tacos. Those were good. But the night before,
you cooked tacos?
I did.
What kind of tacos did you cook?
So last week we had chicken tacos. This week we had beef.
Ground beef?
Ground beef, yeah.
Gotcha.
But so 2 nights ago, she asked me, and I said, just pick something up. You want to know what she got? Chick-fil-A, because she loves me. God's chicken.
Well, because it's right there next to the hospital too.
It's right there.
Wow, you're so lucky that Chick-fil-A's right there on her way home.
I know.
Wow, you're a super lucky guy.
I'm a blessed
I would do that all the time if I were you.
So it's like, hey, what do you want? We don't even have that conversation.
Yeah.
It's just, are you cooking? No.
Since we're on the lunch topic of things, something came across our radar. It was a couple months ago. The lunch at EHS. Edwardsville High School.
Yeah.
We were talking about the lunch at Edwardsville High School because I went
Caroline here.
I was here. Yeah, Caroline was telling us about this. And I didn't go to high school in Edwardsville, but I knew a lot of kids that did.
Everyone was homeschooled.
I was homeschooled.
So he had better food.
As you could probably tell. But
How could they possibly
you
tell
can
that?
tell by the look in my eyes.
He's got a look.
But I heard a lot about the lunches back in the day whenever I was in high school, and they were good lunches.
Slapped.
like spicy chicken sandwiches and like salad bars and, you know, like really, it sounds like really normal, really good stuff.
Let me explain to you what I ate for lunch every single day when I was in high school.
Okay. This is probably going to be the most boring lunch I've ever heard.
No, that's fine. I went to a pretty large high school, about double the size of Edwardsville.
Okay.
And every day for lunch, after a supposed president and wife did the little health kick.
Oh, okay.
So you remember that? Yeah, there's green, and like the cookies were like, you know,
once again,
gluten.
Wasn't a part of that.
Right.
Go
but
ahead.
it was gross. Anyway, but every day for lunch, my junior and senior year of high school, I would have what would I have? I would have a spicy chicken sandwich, waffle fries.
Okay, not as healthy.
No. I was burning a lot of calories back then.
Okay.
Running all the time. But spicy chicken sandwich, which like waffle fries, double waffle fries.
2 times the waffle.
Yes.
2 times the recommended amount of waffle.
Yes. And they would like stack them. and then I'd have a chocolate chip cookie every day for lunch.
Wow.
Well, Tuesdays was the only day I could get double waffle fries.
I'm going to say that doesn't sound balanced. You know how
Carbs, calories.
it's all carbs and sugar.
Yep. And you want to know
There's
what?
protein
At the
in
end
there.
of the day, I ran those calories and bad boys off.
And your body was probably saying to itself, man, I wish I had some vegetables to munch on right now while I'm doing all this physical activity.
Right. So, but that was my school lunch. And Edwardsville this year,
Yeah. I don't exactly know the specifics.
Know all the details.
I don't know the
So we wanna
details.
be safe.
I mean, and here's the deal though. It's free.
Right. That's the big thing is they decided to go with free lunch, which a part of it I understand.
Oh.
Did you want to hold my hand?
I didn't mean to.
A part of me, I get that. Like it's
free.
It's free. You know, you have
You kind of have to eat what you get, you know.
Right. You know, you pay.
Or pack your lunch.
You get with what.
That's
what
a
you
normal
pay for.
thing. People
Right.
pack their lunch.
Right. And so I've heard, you know, that it's not the best
Yeah.
lunch in the world.
I have also heard this. We received a picture from Caroline one day.
We're also throwing her on the bus here again.
Now, Caroline is actually an alias that we're using for the person that we're talking about.
But the thing about it is, though,
But it was like a
free.
pile of lettuce
Yeah.
that looked bruised up like somebody had stepped on it.
Well, it's just
And that was pretty much it. I mean, that was
it's
the
just
gist.
like,
It was like
you
a pile of
have to
spinach.
have-
It's free.
If you're gonna do schoolwork, right? Like, don't you have to be
Nourished.
like, you have to have decent food,
That's thus the spinach.
right?
Gotta get those. Gotta get your brain moving. Eat some spinach. That's the Popeye.
I think that would
They're
be
on
my
the
question.
Popeye diet over there.
I think that would be my question. Would just be like, does the value what's the reward?
Of having a free lunch like that?
Right. Like, what's the reward?
Well,
other than like, you know,
it's free.
Right. Yeah. Financially, it's gigantic, but
I don't know. I always try to put myself, obviously,
Right.
like so I'm planning these lunches.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to me that week? That was like, you know what you get? You know what? Tuesday's
get
just spinach.
Pizza
Tuesday's just spinach. What happened to me that
Maybe
week?
they're trying to incentivize.
There was like, was I
incentivize people
moving that
bringing
week?
Their own lunch.
Like, I'm trying to think of the busiest, like, my wife had a baby, I moved. You know, we don't have any groceries. I got to go to the grocery store.
Right.
Monday's coming, you know, 9 a.m. Monday, got to show up to work, 7 a.m. Monday. I got to have lunch planned.
Right.
You know, I got to have it ready. Tuesday, they get spinach. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what happened. And if you told everybody that,
I do want to know.
They
if
would
it's
probably
better,
cut
though.
you some slack and
that
be
was
like,
early on in the year, though. Maybe it's gotten better.
maybe, yeah, it could have.
Maybe.
Let us know if
Please
it's gotten
do.
better, everybody.
Please know if the lunch has gotten better. And
Yeah,
honestly,
continue the story because we were very invested in the story of the lunches.
we were both very shocked with
yeah,
the level of
We were surprised.
discontentment from
the students.
and the school lunch.
Yeah,
You know, and some of them, you know, might complain about lots of different things, but
sure.
you know, you want lunch to be, you know, enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
for you, lunch is a big deal.
I'm a big like, all right, let's shut the old brain down here
Right.
for half an hour.
Right.
Let's just enjoy
The lunch.
what we're eating. Let's enjoy lunch.
Evan
I
has
think
actually made me reevaluate the way that I treat my lunch hour.
I think it's a healthy thing to do.
I agree.
To like, hey, let's shut this business down. We got to eat. We got to nourish. We got to.
It's important.
If we're gonna optimize what's happening through the rest of the day,
Right.
we got to feed ourselves. We got to, do that. And out of one side of my face, we'll talk about how I shut down for lunch and how important that is. And then out of the other, we'll be like, yeah, I skip breakfast most of the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
at least I eat 3 meals a day. So
take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
At least I'm not eating the fourth meal. You know what that is?
What's the fourth meal?
That's the Taco Bell meal. At
like at 11.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fourth meal is
We've
what
all
we call
been there.
that.
We've all had those days.
Otherwise known as the Hobbit's second breakfast. That may be too old of a reference.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever heard that, but
The fourth meal?
no, I've heard the fourth meal.
Oh, the
I've
second
never heard,
breakfast.
Yeah. Well, the Hobbits.
That's from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
It was like talking about second
I
breakfast.
gotcha. Maybe I just don't remember certain lines of that movie.
It's okay.
What else should we chat about? I don't know.
I don't know. There's plenty this weekend. I mean, when we're going to put this out, it'll be next week.
Yes.
So you will have all just experienced the Frontline band.
Yeah. At church
this Sunday. So hopefully that's fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
I've
should
never
be a good
done that.
time. Right.
Never done that before. So Frontline's coming this Sunday. Sorry, I'm not going to be around. But Frontline.
Once again, a loud
Once
car
again, we got a
drives by.
honk outside. Somebody hears us in here probably. So they're coming.
Yeah, that'll be
and I think that's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It'll be something different.
I was talking to Darren about it. He runs sound for me at church. And I think it's going to be different. I think it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
I think it's going to be chill. I think it's going to bring some life into to what's going on. And I think everybody's going to have a good time. I think it's going to just be fun.
Yep, and then they'll lead worship. They'll teach our
Sunday school
class. I don't actually know what they're going to teach, but I think it'll be.
It's probably going to be something about the Bible.
Probably. Or I could easily see it being something about like Ozark.
Or are they going to be like, yeah, our college is cool.
I would imagine.
Come to our college.
I would imagine
cool.
it's going to be something like that.
You can get a degree in, you can major in dental work and get a minor in Bible work.
I don't believe that's true.
Well, can't you do those dual?
Yes, you
things,
can get a dual degree,
but not in dental work.
I don't know. I don't know if it's.
What's
dental.
the thing I'm trying to think of?
You're thinking
hygiene, like something like that.
Dental hygienist.
Yeah.
I think that's
Maybe
what it
that.
is, right?
I don't know why that popped into
I
my
think it's
head.
close. Anyway, I have a question for you.
Oh, hit me with it.
I was just watching a video before we started filming.
What's the video about?
And you said it was a video of like pranks.
Oh, yeah.
different
Prank
things like
videos
that.
and stuff that you see.
So you believe that like, I don't want to put a percentage in your mouth, but like, I'm going to go ahead and just say 95% of these are fake.
I think that the more,
or really just any video that you see.
I think some of the really extreme ones that you see, like especially on Facebook, the ones that have like
Instagram,
like 100 million views,
TikTok,
some of those are like staged. You can tell some
So
of
you
them
think
are just
they're
staged
staged?
up. Other ones of them, and I actually have some pretty specific opinions about like prank
right?
shows and videos,
Right.
because I think that there's a way, like I watch Impractical Jokers.
Okay.
I think that's a really funny, like it always makes me laugh. It just, I put it on and it's light and funny.
Right. It's
and
a hilarious
it's
show.
just like, it's just great. But the reason why it's so likable is because the prank is not on the innocent bystander most of the time.
Right. It's on
The prank is on them. Like the embarrassing thing.
Right.
Like
yeah, that is a cool part
it's
about
on
the
them.
show. Yeah, because you don't want. I mean, it is kind of. Like,
It's not on the innocent person walking by.
Right.
Which is why I think some of the, like a lot of the videos that you see blowing up, prank videos and stuff, are it's
joke
like
is on the
mean spirited
innocent.
because
Right.
it's on the
Right.
innocent bystander coming
Which, as
by.
a watcher, though, we do, I believe, have a love for. This is going to sound really dark, but I do think that we sometimes enjoy
I know what you're gonna
the
say.
failure or the, what's the word I'm looking for? When people almost look like an idiot in front of us, more
Right.
so than I would say that we like ourselves to be picked on.
Right.
And so we would rather watch
Other
someone else
people.
be the end of the joke rather than us be the end of the joke.
Right.
Over and over and over again. I mean, America's Funniest Home Videos, like, it made a living off of people.
Is America's Funniest Home Videos alive still?
I believe it is.
We used to watch that all the time. It was like, oh, AFV is on. But that used to be the only access to funny videos that we had.
Right. And they
whereas hundreds of thousands of now you can watch a funny video in 10 seconds. Exactly. You just pull up a funny video.
So you believe, so you think that they're, so you would say that they are
I think
scripted.
Some of that stuff is scripted. I think some of it.
Because
and I think the problem is
very bad.
I think the problem is the stuff that's not scripted is like really mean-spirited.
I got you.
It's just like you're just pranking random people.
Right.
Like I'm trying to grab a cup of coffee and go to work, and
you don't know what's going on in my life.
Budget's due,
right?
And like I've got my kid, and I forgot to buy formula,
right?
And then somebody jumps out of a bush and scares me, and I drop my cup of coffee. Where it's like that's
not gonna lie,
that's so mean.
I'm going to watch that video and I'm going to laugh, and then I'm gonna be like, wow, that was really mean.
That's so mean. That person's just trying to live, and then as a watcher, we'll see people get upset. And that's part of the entertainment in the video where it's like, oh, I'm upset that you just scared me.
Right.
But they're not upset.
And
you say as a viewer, why don't they have a better attitude about that?
Yeah,
why do you have to be about that?
It was just a joke.
Why do you have to be that way? And it's like, it's because it's not about the fact that you just got scared.
Entered in my life and caused me to have a
You just made my day harder than it already had to be. You don't know what I was going through.
Exactly. That's so true. That is honestly.
I just broke my toe getting out of the cab.
Right.
Or, like.
We had a rough day. I mean, both of us are dads in here. We know what it's like wrestling a young child to go to daycare in the morning.
Yeah. It's not always the easiest.
No, it's not.
And if somebody jumped out of a bush 10 minutes after I dropped my kid off at daycare and scared me and I tripped and like fell down.
Right.
And they caught it on film.
Right.
And they're like, I'm going to post this and millions of people are going to see it.
Yeah.
I would be like, I'm pretty bummed at you right now.
I'm bummed.
I'm a pretty easygoing guy.
I would agree.
I feel like I could roll with the punches.
Yeah.
I'd be bummed about that.
Right. That wouldn't be ideal. I think what makes another kind of thought I'm having here is you kind of talk about, I think there's a desire for these to be scripted because we know, like we believe that if they're not scripted, man, we're really that mean to people.
And also, there's some really crazy people out there.
Yeah, doing some crazy stuff.
That like react in very extreme ways to these things.
Yes, completely, yeah. So, well then, like for social media purposes, though, like how can we effectively use it then? Because I feel like those scare videos or, there's lots of videos on TikTok and YouTube and
how can we effectively use what?
Just like, I guess the platform in itself in a large scale way. So those people who are doing the jokes or, some of those will have like jokes, pickup lines, scaring, different things like that. How can we do that? Is there a way to do that effectively? Is the only way?
Well, I think you see some people do it.
Like you. So if it's me and you, you scaring me and me scaring you.
Right. Well, I think that there's a way to be a part of it that's successful that you see people doing. Like in Practical Jokers, the joke is on them.
Right.
Like they've agreed to have the joke be on them.
Right.
Or like Ellen, they used to do the haunted house thing.
Okay.
Where they would like walk through the haunted. Everybody has agreed to this. Like we're all under the same impression of like when you're going to be a part of it, you kind of understand that this is what's going to happen. So yeah, like me scaring you, you scaring me. Right. That's still funny, and we can feel good about the laughs because it wasn't on somebody that like
what I'm
didn't
going
agree.
Through. I know what you're going through.
That didn't agree to that. And I love scaring people. As much as anybody. And innocent, even. People in my life that are innocent. Give them a good scare.
But the idea that you have a large platform. And then you're going to scare a person who you don't know at all.
Just a random.
It's a very, very uncomfortable. So it almost makes me think that there's a level of need to protect the viewer. Because like I feel like a part of us viewing this,
the viewer could become the victim at any moment.
Well, the viewer could become the victim, but also like what are we putting out there? Like this is that's cruel. If it is, if it's not planned.
Yeah.
Like the viewer is now subjected, and like we laugh at that, or we think this is funny, or we think this is enjoyable. And I think a part of it is like some of it is enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like with memes.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew memes were going to be such a huge thing. Where it's like now there are people that are like enshrined as legends.
Right. Like Michael Jordan
like
is potentially the greatest basketball player of all time. And I said potentially because, I'm also a LeBron
all that
fan.
stuff.
But like, I can't think about Michael Jordan without his North Carolina, like his crying face. Like Michael Jordan.
Why was he crying in that?
I want to say he was crying at his Hall of Fame acceptance speech.
Oh,
I want to say that's what it was from.
I didn't even know that.
I could be wrong.
I just know the meme.
He's older. It's not like he's older when he's crying.
Yeah.
So I want to say it's his Hall of Fame acceptance speech.
Or like Bad Luck Brian. That's a real person that just posed for a photo one day.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That meme, Bad Luck Brian, that's just a guy who took a picture one day.
Right.
And the internet was like, we choose this one.
Yeah,
this is the one. This is the meme that like will be, enshrined as
I find
forever.
memes to be very interesting because like it doesn't stop.
No.
So it's like there's a meme, there's a picture, it's laughable, but like it'll be used a year from now.
Yeah.
Like the Michael Jordan meme in every sporting event in Twitter. If a team loses in some capacity, they come back from a loss. Like perfect example, Warriors lose a 3-1 lead against the Cleveland Cavaliers. On Twitter, the very moment that happens, Michael Jordan's face is replaced. Steph Curry's face is replaced with Michael Jordan's crying face emoji. Last year,
are you annoyed by that if you're Michael Jordan,
or you have to be the greatest
or are
player,
you kind of like?
But like, there's
my face is and
we're totally running out of time. But there's no objectivity to it. So like, Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, and he is being made fun of. But also, I think another reason why it is annoying is you're not making money off of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I guess if you're him,
you're not monetizing off of this face that you made. Probably, and if I'm right, if it is the Hall of Fame speech, imagine you're being made fun of
for like one of the most emotional,
for maybe the greatest day of your career. Like you made it.
There's a lot of layers to that.
That's crazy, insane. But anyway, we got to close because we've run out of time.
So today's Thursday for you.
Today's Thursday, yes.
So it's Thursday morning.
We got one more episode tomorrow, and
come in tomorrow. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a fun one.
It'll be great. And don't forget, please, comment like, hey, if there's something you want us to talk about next Thursday, or a question that you have, or any information on school lunch, please fill us in so we can keep talking about it,
so that we can update ourselves on the situation and stay apprised. But also, it's Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Hang in there.
Hang in there.
You're almost there.
It's almost Friday. And remember, as we always say, don't wrestle your neighbor. We'll see you later.
Bye.